What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. Today, I have an NU match against Damien, and I'm using the same team as last time just because these dudes have been putting in work, and I'm like, you know, might as well use the team a couple more times and then switch it up next video or something. So, Damien's got a pretty interesting team over there. He's got a Sauce Buck, which could cause him problems. Also, I noticed the Hariyama, those things tend to destroy me, so gotta do something about that. Anyways, he's going to be leading off with his Uxie, as I'm going to be leading off with my Camerupt. When I saw that he had a Uxie on his team, that pretty much just ensures you that he's going to be leading off with that thing to get up his Stealth Rocks, so that's exactly what he does. He's going to throw up some Stealth Cocks, as my Camerupt is going to go ahead and throw up some Cocks of his own, which is pretty nice. So we both got our Stealth Rocks up, we're looking pretty solid. I don't know what this Uxie wants to do to me. Honestly, Uxies can't really do shit. He actually ends up going for the Foul Play, and that does a decent amount of damage to Camerupt, and I'm like, alright, Roar, you right the fuck out real quick, as I bring in the Weezing. And the Weezing is actually a perfect matchup for Camerupt, considering I can just go ahead and Lava Plume that thing and not have to worry about hitting it with physical attacks and shit. Also, not to mention that his Sludge Bombs don't do a damn thing. So, I'm thinking that he stayed in and went for the Sludge Bomb there, probably expecting the Roar again. So, he just wanted to get some damage off, perhaps go ahead and get the Poison. He doesn't get the Poison, thankfully, and Camerupt is looking pretty solid. So, I know he's not going to want to stay in and go for the Sludge Bomb again. If he did, he would get destroyed by a Lava Plume, so he actually decides to switch into the Uxie, as I predict that, and go for the Roar. Roar the Uxie right the fuck back out, as Weezing comes out again, and I'm like, alright, perfect. Doing damage to this Weezing, he's taking Stealth Rocks damage. Uxie's, you know, taking some Stealth Rocks damage and stuff, and Camerupt is still not afraid of this, these Disco Balls over here at all. He gets a critical hit with the Lava Plume, or with the Sludge Bomb, and it actually doesn't end up getting the Poison, and I'm like, perfect. So I go for the Lava Plume, knowing he's probably going to want to stay in. He actually does stay in, and I don't get the burn, and the Weezing is just about dead. So he's actually just going to stay in just in case I want to roar it again. Just goes for the Sludge Bomb, and I actually do end up going for the Roar, so good play on his part. He stayed in. I roar the Uxie right back out again, and I'm like, what the fuck? Is there only two Pokemon this guy's got? Like the Weezing and the Uxie? Like, come on now. Come on. So this Uxie is probably going to just go ahead and go for the Foul Play, which after the poison damage is looking like it's going to kill Camerupt, but I was like, no. This Camel is my bro, and I'm not letting you go down that easy. So I decided to switch into Lux Luthor, knowing that I can take a Foul Play. It is going to do a decent amount of damage to me, though. I get the Intimidate, which isn't going to matter. The Uxie's going to go ahead and go for the Foul Play, as it does a dickload of damage to Lux Luthor, and I'm like, ouch! Shit, that stung like a bitch. As I'm just going to go for the Crunch. I know that he's going to be able to outspeed me, go for one more Foul Play. I can actually live that, and I live it with 9 HP, and I'm able to get one Crunch off, which is not going to do too much damage to this Uxie, but at least that's going to be extremely helpful. And I do actually decide to save Lux Luthor for some Death Fodder later on, which is actually going to be coming in handy. I go for the switch. I actually bring in 3 Faces, 1 Palm here. I knew he was going to go for the Foul Play, but I did not know that this Foul Play was going to do so damn much. Check this out. This Foul Play just completely destroys my Palm Tree. Like, what the hell is that? I do not feel safe about staying in, risking being able to live another one. Not to mention the fact that this Uxie could actually carry U-turn. So I'm like, you know what? That was a terrible switch on my freaking Palm Tree, and I regret that decision immediately. So I'm like, you know what? Now I'm gonna switch into Yellow Balls. I know Yellow Balls can take Foul Plays and U-turns and stuff all day, every day, all night. You know what I'm saying? Yellow Balls is a fucking floating fish. Yellow Balls does not give a shit. If you were wondering, 0 shits given by my fish over here. So the Foul Play doesn't do a damn thing to me, and that is some good news. The Uxie actually goes for the Yawn here, and I was like, okay, that's actually not too bad, because I can go for the Thunder Wave, get him a little bit slower, and then I'm able to Volt Switch out, resulting in Lantern not being asleep from that freaking Yawn. The last thing I want is Lantern to be asleep. I can get anything else asleep, honestly, because Lantern has Heal Bell. So if anything else gets asleep, I'm not really too worried about it. I can always send in Lantern, get that Heal Bell off, and all that kind of stuff. So I go for the Volt Switch here, as I know he's probably going to want to go for... I honestly actually didn't really know what he was going to do. The Volt Switch was just kind of just to see if he was going to either switch, or if he was going to stay in. He does stay in. I go into Bass here, as I know that I can take one Foul Play if he wants to throw it at me. He ends up getting paralyzed, and I'm like... Alright, so now that I got my second fish of the match on the field, I decided to go for a Crunch, I believe, as he's going to go ahead and send out his Weezing for some Death Fodder, and that Weezing is going to die. So that's some good news. Weezing actually did not cause too much of problems for me in this match, and I was like, alright, because Weezings can really ruin your day. Those guys are assholes sometimes, let's be real here. So now he's going to send in Sauce Buck, and I'm actually really afraid of this Sauce Buck. I know that it can start setting up if I go for the switch. I have to switch because I'm Choice Banded into Crunch, and I do not want to stay in and take a Horn Leech or something. So Here I actually decided to send in Lux Luthor, basically just to get some Death Fodder, just to see what he wants to do. You know, I honestly just wanted to scout it out, see what kind of sauce buck this is. He shows me the return, and I'm like, okay, he's going to go for the return, huh? Sounds pretty neat. I go into Palm Tree here as I figured that I was going to be able to live one return because I'm physically defensive as hell. But he gets a critical hit, and that is going to kill me. Not sure if the crit mattered. Executor actually kind of failed this match, so sorry about that, buddy, but you'll get him next time. So my only option against this thing, honestly, is to go into Lime and be able to go for my own return. My return would do more than his, and I'm Choice Scarf, so I'd be faster, so I wasn't too worried about Tauros taking a return from that thing, or a high jump kick. He actually switches out and doesn't go for the high jump kick, which kind of shows me that he may or may not be choiced into it. Maybe he's bluffing it, but at this point, I don't want to be too sure. So I killed that Kragonal, or whatever the hell that that snowflake thing he is, with one return, and now he's going to bring out the Rotom Fan, who's, I predict the Thunderbolt, but he actually just goes for the Trick here, and I'm like, okay, Trick is actually not too bad because I did send in Lantern. He actually ends up tricking me the Choice Specs, and I was like, thank God I did not stay in with Tauros, because Choice Specs would not be solid for Tauros. Plus, Tauros does not look good in glasses. He's told me. He's like, you know what? Never let me wear glasses. Choice Specs are not the item for me. So I actually get flinched there by that Air Slash, and I'm like, that's unfortunate as hell. I wanted to get a nice little Choice Spec Scald off on this egg, but shit happens. He's actually just gonna stay in, go for another Air Slash. It's not really doing too much to Lantern over here, as I'm able to go for the Scald. It's gonna do a decent amount of damage. Don't get the burn, but at this point, the Choice Spec Scald is gonna be doing more than his Air Slashes. So he's gotta switch the hell out. As I know it, I'm gonna go for the. Actually, I just stay in and go for the Scald again, I believe, just because I didn't want to be too sure about switching, so I played it safe there. I went for the Scald as he brings in the Uxie. Choice Spec Scald does absolutely nothing to this Uxie. I mean, considering I have 0 special attack investment in this thing, kind of makes sense, but holy shit, this Uxie is defensive as fuck. I just decided to stay in and go for one more Scald, just in case he wants to get Parahax there. I would be able to kill it on this next one, but he actually wakes up, or not wakes up, he cures his paralysis there with the Heal Bell. I didn't even know Uxie could Heal Bell. That's actually rather interesting, though. So, props on your Heal Bell, Uxie, bro. He actually just goes for the foul play on this one. Is he's going to go ahead and let me kill the Uxie, and I'm like, alright. The Uxie is no longer around, and I don't have to fuck with that stupid gold thing anymore. So, that's some good news. Now he's going to bring out the Sauce Buck, as this is kind of scary because if he goes for the Horn Leech, that's definitely going to destroy my yellow balls, and that's not what I'm looking for. So, I decided to switch into So Hot just to basically, just for some Death Fodder again. Camera Up's going to go ahead and take some Stealth Rocks damage and then end up dying to a Jump Kick. So he shows me the Jump Kick, and that is actually, that's fine with me. The non-stab is what I'm looking for. As long as he doesn't log himself into Horn Leech, we are good. So at this point, I actually really didn't know if he was Choice Scarfed or not. But I found out that Basculin has a couple higher base speed, and I was going to be able to outspeed it, but then he actually ends up outspeeding me, so I was like, holy shit. That was when I knew this thing was Choice Scarfed. So luckily, Basculin's able to take a Jump Kick. Thank God he locked himself into that, or else I would have been pretty screwed there, but a superpower is going to go ahead and kill that thing. So, Basculin coming through. I actually really love this thing. This thing comes in handy. The adaptability is just ridiculous with the water. Too bad he doesn't have a second typing. That would have made this thing like a second Crawdon. But now I'm switching to my other fish. I was like, you know what, this electric fuck wants to go out here. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna send in my electric fish, and that actually works out perfectly because I get that Volt Absorb, and he was actually telling me that he even forgot that Lantern was still around. So that's perfect. The Volt Absorb works perfectly for me. Now he's just gonna, all he can really do is go for the Air Slash, which is perfect news because I can go ahead and Scald it, and that is going to kill it. And now I don't have to deal with no more Rotom. So things are looking up. Things are looking quite swell. He's gonna go ahead and switch into Hariyama. And this thing is actually kind of scary just because of the priority moves it's got. I know it's got Bullet Punch, Fake Out, and stuff, but he actually doesn't go for the Fake Out. I'm able to go ahead and hit it with a critical hit, it's called. And I actually also get the burn, which probably didn't matter because this Hariyama is most likely a Guts variation, and he was probably just going to get burned anyway. So I helped him out there. He's going to go ahead and knock off my Choice Specs, and I'm like, no, those were a gift. I got those from my buddy. So actually now I'm going to go ahead and send in Bass, as I know I'm going to be able to go for the Aqua Jet. Has priority over Bullet Punch because I'm faster. The Aqua Jet doesn't end up killing the Hariyama, as now he's able to go ahead and kill me with a Bullet Punch, which is kind of a bummer, but then I realized that he's going to die to his burn. I also still had Tauros around, so I would have been able to outspeed and get the kill anyway. So Tauros was my last Pokemon. We're going to end with an empty-ass battlefield, and that was a really good match. Damien, thank you guys for watching. Click the thumbs up button on this video if you enjoyed. It actually really helps out, and I will have some more battles coming your way soon. Peace out.